proportional reasoning, and applications of proportions. In order to solve proportions and solve applications of them, we need to remember what a ratio is. It's a comparison of two or more numbers using the same units. It can be written in column form, verbal form using the word to, or fraction form. Proportions are equations of ratios that are equivalent to one another. That is, they're multiples of each other. We're going to do a couple of word problems that use proportions to solve them. A 10-pound bag of flour costs $7.99. A recipe uses 2.5 pounds of flour. Determine the cost of the flour used. So we need to highlight our key information. We've got a 10-pound bag is $7.99. Recipe uses 2.5 pounds. And we want to find the cost of the flour. So we're going to underline because we're solving for the cost. So how do we begin to solve this type of question? We're going to identify our unknown first. So let y represent the cost of the flour of the 2.5 pounds of flour. Again, guys, sorry about the poor penmanship. We are given the ratio of flour to cost. And I know this kind of goes against what we talked about with ratios, that they have to have the same units, but we're setting it up as a proportion. So as long as we're consistent, it's okay to do here. We have 10 pounds to $7.99, and that equals 2.5 to y. Now, what can we do with that? Well, we already learned yesterday that in order to solve something like this, it's easier if we set it up in fraction form. So 10 over 7.99 equals 2.5 over y. And we need to solve for the y, so we're going to multiply both sides by y to get it out of the denominator, because we can't get y by itself if it's in the denominator and the y's reduce. So we have 10y over 7.99 is equal to 2.5. And then we need to get rid of the 7.99 in the denominator, so we can multiply both sides of them by 7.99. So now we have 10y is 2.5 times 7.99. And now we need to get y by itself, so we do that by dividing both sides by 10. And we'll go to a nice solution here, and we can see that y is in fact 1.998. Well, this is money we're talking about, and we can't round, we can't have part of a penny. So we need to round to the hundredths column, and that number's an 8, so it's bigger than 5, so we have to add 1, so this 9 will become a 10, which means we'll end up rounding to $2, because $1.99.8 is closer to $2 than it is to $1.99. A punch recipe. We all make punch. Sometimes we throw it all in together, but sometimes there's actually a recipe you can follow. Okay, so we've got a punch recipe that's going to use ginger ale, orange juice, and lemonade in the ratio 2 to 5 to 3. If we need 25 liters of punch, how many liters of each do we need? So we're going to look for key information. We've got ginger ale, orange juice, and lemonade. The ratio is 2 to 5 to 3, and we've got a total amount of 25 liters. How many liters of each do we need? We're looking for how many liters of each we need. Things to remember, I've got a ratio, ginger ale, orange juice, lemonade. So when I have my ratio 2 to 5 to 3, that's ginger ale, orange juice, lemonade. I also know the total that I'm going to end up with in the end is 25 liters. If I look at the total here, I've got 2 and 5 and 3, that's actually 10 total. So that's important to. Now when I do this question, I'm going to have to multiply each of those numbers, the 2, the 5, and the 3, and the 10, by the same number in order to create that 25 liters total. So we're going to call that a multiplier. And we're going to let the multiplier be x. So that's the value each term, the 2, 5, and 3 is multiplied by, in order to get a total of 25 liters of punch. So I've got 2x, 5x, and 3x, and together it's going to give me 25 liters. Well, my knowledge of algebra lets me create an equation for that. Okay, so we have 2x for ginger ale, orange juice, and lemonade is 3x, and it totals 25. So we can write an algebraic equation, 2x plus 5x plus 3x. The x terms are all like terms. They have the same exponent, so we can just add the coefficients. 2 plus 5 plus 3 is 10, so I have 10x is 25. And in order to solve for x, we divide both sides by 10. So how much orange juice does that leave us? How much ginger ale? How much lemonade? Well, for ginger ale, it's 2 times 2.5, or 5 liters. For orange juice, it's 5 times 2.5, so 12.5 liters. And lemonade, 3 times 2.5, so 7.5 liters. And now we can write our beautiful sentence answer to get our good communication mark. Therefore, 5 liters of ginger ale, 12.5 liters of orange juice, and 7.5 liters of lemonade are required to make 2.5 liters of punch. And before class tomorrow again, page 6, applications of proportions.